This is not pleasant viewing. If you want to sit back and relax, this is not the show to watch. This is a stressful transmission. It's about uninhibited rage, innermost shame, sin, and responsibility. Today we explore the darkest corners of virtual and real life. Today we dig deep. And just when you can't take it anymore, it's time for a wedding. Welcome to Portal.
Dave, all transmission elements are prepped for upload.
Good. Thank you, Val. Hi, I'm Dave, and that was Val, my computer companion, who runs this omnidimensional hub. From here, we explore virtual worlds, and today we're continuing our coverage of the far future world of Anarchy Online. Now, this story is unfolding right now as we speak on the distant planet of Ruby Ka. There, two opposing factions, the ruling corporation Omnitech and the rebel clans, have turned the planet into one giant war zone. Now, as if that's not enough, the planet itself is mostly still an untamed wilderness. To get you up to speed, let's take a look inside Anarchy. Well, now that you've all seen what Anarchy looks like, we're going to focus in on one of the game's 12 playable character professions, the highly mysterious and spiritual Meta-physicist. Now, this is a role that you yourself can take on when you join the world of Anarchy. Val?
Volume safety limiters activated, Dave.
Good. Then it's time to meet and learn from an extremely powerful Meta-physicist. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to Bloody Dove.
Hello? Why the should I say hello? I'm certainly not going to say hello to them.
Bloody, please, you're getting a new Yamaha for this. Would you just show them what you can do?
All right. I'm sorry. I just get so mad sometimes. Okay, so metaphysicists are characters who use technology to summon pets. These pets are a physical manifestation of our anger. Even when you're a stinking, good-for-nothing pile of newbie, you can do this. All you gotta do is execute your nanotechnology program that you get at birth. Then think of stuff that really pisses you off. Like people dancing around like idiots and girls that won't give you the time of day. See, now that's a lesser anger manifestation that you're looking at. He's all yours. Now, the next time you see some pompous Aatrox squad marching around with a dumb grin on his fat face, you say, "Hey, you mother, eat this and like it!" And that's just the start. Yeah, pretty soon you'll be calling up transcendent anger manifestations, or greater fury externalizations, or superior wrath incarnations. Oh, you have no idea how pissed you have to get for that one. Hey, look at the little birdie. Die! 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 Hey, you, noob! Why don't you try it?
Oh, I don't know.
Do it! Just think of that chaps your
Well, I'll try. Baby seals being clubbed, innocent froggies being dissected, helpless goldfish trapped in cold, sterile bowls, furry...
Every day, you'll learn to focus your rage better. There's so many things to hate in this godforsaken world. If you're too stupid to figure it out, choose a nano as your breed. Their stats are the best for us. These pets are even worse than they look. plug your nose and do a little shopping. Formulas like Instill with Righteous Frenzy will make them fight like crazy bastards. You can get direct damage nanos too. That way, you can get the last hit in after your pet's done chewing them to pieces. Burn! Forget about weapons. The only weapon you need is your madness. Here's the best part. I saved it for last, and you can kiss my for that. When you get really good at gnashing your teeth, you can summon a real-life flesh and blood demon! Let me see. I gotta think of something that really... Oh, yeah! Last week, I took a wrong turn in the grid, got home late, and missed the first 5 minutes of Portal! There you go! Happy? One demon! And don't just stand there, go! Kill something! Go, go, go! Oh, and this is the best part. Hip, hip, mother hooray! At some point, when you get a brain, you can fly! Only meta-physicists can do this! Now, you can go and live your little childhood fantasies and fly around like a big so grow up and you!
Val, you think we should see about getting Bloody signed up for some anger management classes or something?
I have already extended the offer to Bloody, Dave.
What did he say?
I am unable to repeat his exact response on this transmission.
Fair enough. We'll be right back with Portal's take on E3.
That's it. Lip to the right. Oh! Oops.
Welcome back to Portal. In a minute, we'll get back to the world of Anarchy Online. But first, while the testosterone's still flowing, I'd like to take a minute to talk about something else important. Smut Love.
Dave, are you referring to your new organization or the triple X-rated film?
No, Val. My organization, Smut Love. Strong men, unafraid to like unicorns visibly. I've had enough. I can hang with the best of them. But why is it that when a man likes unicorns, his masculinity is suddenly called into question? Liking horses is okay. Just ask John Wayne, or Roy Rogers, or Jim West. But add a horn and some magic powers, and suddenly you're not a real man. Smut Love is going to put a stop to all this. Right now we are 1 member strong, me. But our ranks are growing every day. Did you know that in EverQuest, the unicorns can be level 37? That's no laughing matter. These are powerful and formidable creatures. But in junior high, I was routinely ridiculed for my unicorn notebook and socks. The time for Smut Lovers has come. So yesterday, Portal took to the streets to see what some real-life tough guys had to say about unicorns and the organization. Hi. I'm here on this cracked and dusty desert road in the middle of Central California to find out what some real-life tough guys have to say about Smut Love. How do you feel about Smut Love?
I love it.
Well, I guess that's all right if you like that kind of kinky stuff. As long as you keep it clean.
Am I a smut lover? Oh, absolutely.
And how long have you been a fan of Smut Love?
My whole life.
So how do you feel about Smut Love?
Smut love?
Smut Love? What's Smut Love?
Strong men unafraid to like unicorns visibly.
Sounds kind of weird. Strong men wanting to enjoy unicorns. I guess you're going to make a point some way. At some point, you're going to make a real point about this issue.
You're not ashamed that you might have an affinity for unicorns?
Oh, no, not at all. No. Kind of like the little buggers. I think that every man who loves a unicorn should definitely express it out in the open.
I love the horn.
Keeping it in the closet is just something wrong.
So you've never had any encounters with unicorns?
Never.
Or virtual unicorns?
Never.
And when did you first start liking unicorns?
Oh, well, my wife's a Sagittarius, but,
So you have no problem being with a man who likes unicorns?
No, not at all. I find it kind of appealing, personally.
Now, if John Wayne rode a unicorn instead of a horse, do you feel that that might help the image of unicorns?
Yeah, it might have helped if some of the new cowboy stars, whoever they may be, decided to ride unicorns. They might help.
I believe it would, yeah. John Wayne's an all-American hero.
Put some Western style stuff on the horn itself. That might help out.
So you'd be willing to join Smut Love and be a fan of unicorns?
Oh, absolutely.
Certainly.
Yes, I would. Yeah, sure.
Well, you know, maybe I might try it.
And what would it take to make you join Smut Love?
It depends on how much it costs.
Welcome to the club, sir.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Hope I get a little card in the mail.
Of course, sir.
I don't even know the prices. You have to say the prices and send an application to the house, and I might think about it.
Thank you, Val. You'll be hearing much more about Smut Love in the 2004 presidential elections.
Dave, Jane Preston is standing by with her report.
Excellent. Then let's get back to Anarchy Online. Now, everyone's heard the philosophy that by remaining neutral in a conflict, you're actually choosing sides. You're choosing to ignore the injustices that are happening around you. That makes you culpable. This rule applies in RubyCon as well. There, a small group of loners and self-serving adventurers make up what is known as the neutrals. Many experts believe that in a terribly close battle between Omnitech and the clans, it's these neutrals and how they choose to act that will tip the scales and determine the final outcome. That's why they're so important, and that's why our virtual reporter Jane Preston is here to give us a tour of the places they call home.
Thank you, Dave. I'm standing here in Newland, perhaps the most unsightly and rundown commerce center in all of RubyCon. Here, behind the open fires and piles of uncovered garbage, are the cracked walls that RubyCon's most questionable citizens call home. They come from all over, every breed and career known. Rogues, mercenaries, scam artists, bounty hunters. Their only loyalties to themselves. In this ungoverned cityscape, the neutral shops are some of the most poorly stocked, yet expensive on all the planet. Lines are long and supplies are short. But neutrals cannot patron clan or omni shops, so they must bear the weight. As an alternative, this Wampa takes those fed up with the crowds and foul smells to Borealis, a drab and dreary city that sometimes looks more like a prison than a metropolis. Its gray walls house even fewer resources than those of Newland. Perhaps the only thing not in short supply in neutral territory is adventure. This Bronto oasis is a scene straight out of the Stone Age, but keep your eyes too closely focused on these prehistoric wonders, and one could fall victim to paracellum plants, blood wreaths, cheer-ups, and many various varieties of small but extremely lethal lizards. In sharp contrast to this pristine pond is the toxic waste dump. A literal pool of poison frightfully close to populated areas. The question for lost travelers, what's more dangerous, the radiation itself or the creatures that thrive on it? A walk through this long canyon will lead adventurers to the Rhino Man village. The Rhino Men are fiercely loyal to their kin. They will not attack unless provoked, but initiate combat with one, and you'd best be prepared to take on an army. The results of such foolish attempts apparent on the Rhino's doorsteps. Nearby, in the far north of Newland County, is this small yet well-known outpost. From the rumors, we were afraid to take our cameras inside. Word has it that this place has become an unspoken free-for-all zone for player killers of all factions. To step foot upon its worn walkways is an unspoken declaration of war. But the dangers of neutral territory extend far beyond Newland County. To the south, 6 full zones lay unclaimed from Omni or clan control. These zones become more lawless and more perilous the deeper one ventures. Even for the most powerful characters on the planet, countless deaths await here. Stret East Bank, Upper Stret East Bank, Central and Southern Artery Valley, Deep Artery Valley, and the Belial Forest. Don't let the harmless geographical names mislead one's curious side. The life forms which await in these regions are anything but sterile. The neutral way of life is a hard one, made only for hardened people. For those up to the task of serving only themselves, toss your badge at the door and don't say Portal didn't warn you. This is Jane Preston reporting.
Thank you, Jane. We're glad you made it out okay. Now, Once a year, every year, the brilliant minds who conceive and build virtual worlds gather together to plot their next move and reveal their latest creations. It's called E3, an event which takes place far from our hub in a surreal landscape called Los Angeles, California. Val redirected all of our offline gateways to this real-life locale, and this is what we found.
Plantside is our first stab at the massively multiplayer first-person action game. We really feel that the expansion in the online market space is going to be through addressing the successful genres that have already come to fruition. So we feel the first-person action genre with a game like Plantside, where there's literally thousands of players online in a run-and-gun battle for control of territory, is really going to take the online space to the new audience. We want to make sure that players have multiple character types. Not everybody is an expert at the run and gun. So what we do is we allow characters to progress through about 4 different specialties. One of them is driving, for example. And as you gain more experience and skill, you'll be able to drive larger vehicles, tanks and APCs. But those are team-based vehicles, so you'll need a machine gunner in it, and you, the driver. There's also a medic and a scout specialization that you can do. What's involved is actually capture of territory. So in each 8x8 kilometer landscape, there are about 23 different buildings. And what happens is when empires take over the buildings, everybody benefits from one element of the building. So if you take over a biolab, everybody benefits in getting a little more health. So there's really that goal to capture these vast structures, and that's going to instantly cause the other teams to want to take them over as well. And I think what you'll find is that people are going to be using other communication devices to bring their friends into the game. When you first come into the game, you're thrust in one of 3 different empires. So you automatically have a group and a friendship circle that you can tap into and get in the action really quickly. Then as you play more, you'll develop your own core group, and you'll be online all the time together, taking over bases, blowing up other players' tanks, and really just experiencing the vast world. So we really designed Plantside as a team-based game, which is very important, we feel, in the massively multiplayer space.
Thank you, Val. When we come back, even more amazing future worlds from the floor of E3.
We're back, Dave.
Good. Then let's get right back to it. Our continuing coverage of E3. Val, please take us back to Los Angeles.
It's a massively multiplayer space combat, space trading game, where the goal of the game is really to become the richest and the most respected person in the whole universe. We expect more than 100,000 people to be playing simultaneously. You will be fighting for the life of your corporation, which might include hundreds of other players. And one of the goals for you would be to become the CEO of the largest corporation in the game, using all techniques available, both combat techniques as well as financial strategy.
Lineage II is the ground-up rewrite sequel, of course, of Lineage I, which is the largest massively multiplayer game in the world. Whereas Lineage 1 is kind of a top-down tile graphic game, Lineage 2 is a full 3D immersive kind of virtual world game that we think will take the concept of Lineage, which is already the gameplay, which is so popular over in Asia, and will now take that gameplay, couple it with kind of state-of-the-art graphics that we demand here in the West, and hopefully we'll take Lineage to that same kind of level throughout the rest of the world.
City of Heroes is a massively multiplayer online game in which you play super-powered heroes. Every player designs their own hero, chooses their own costume, chooses their own powers, teams up with other players in the game, and goes about our fictional city of Paragon City, which is recovering from an alien invasion and has been infested with supervillains, aliens, monsters, all kinds of threats at every level. And it's the player's job to combat those threats and save the people of the city. And the best way to do that is by working with other heroes. And players will actually have, especially the more famous players, a real impact on the evolving storyline of City of Heroes. So the storyline is not driven by me as a designer, it's driven by what the players do. The players actually impact the storyline of all the different villain groups in City of Heroes.
Portal has over 4 dozen virtual reporters scouting these realms right now as we speak. In the weeks to come, we'll show you what to expect and how to succeed in each and every one of these worlds before the virtual doorways ever open up.
Dave, the ceremony is commencing in minutes.
Great. Okay. Virtual weddings are becoming a more and more common occurrence in the digital realms. Today, to break away from all the violence and danger that we've seen, our community reporter Trish Lewis is going to take us inside a very wonderful and special event in Asheron's Call. Trish?
Thank you, David. I'm standing in the meeting hall outside the quiet wooded town of Holtberg in Asheron's Call. Right now, this meeting hall is empty, but in mere moments it will fill to capacity with friends and family from all corners of Dareth who have come for the wedding of Gentle and Trimona. Before the event begins, let's take a look back in time at how the lucky couple first met. Gentle was a man of many faces. To his friends, he was generous and loving. To his enemies, his mace was merciless. Strong, wealthy, and wise, an outside observer would believe that Gentle had the virtual world at his fingertips. But at the end of the day, above all else, Gentle was lonely. Trimona was a true explorer, never hunting in the same spot twice. But always she preferred to travel in the snow, the pristine flakes matching her own purity. But sometimes the cold got inside. Sometimes the promise of a new sight or wonder was not enough. Sometimes she just wanted to be held. They met at the bottom of the Matakar cave as Gentle was mere moments away from stepping through this portal to the surface. That's when he first heard her voice and the battle. But this was no damsel in distress. Trimona's spell cracked through the ice golem's hardened shell, and Gentle's as well. It was love at first sight. Long hunts were replaced with long walks on the beach. Suddenly, no wonder of Dareth was as beautiful as each other's eyes. And so, on their 1-year anniversary, atop a snowy peak, Gentle made a proposal. Today, in this hall, he will make a promise. Let's take a peek at what the soon-to-be bride and groom are doing right now. There's Gentle. It looks like he's dressed and ready to go. He's literally dancing with joy. Oh, and look how beautiful Trimona is on this special day as the maid of honor assists her with getting ready. It looks like she's helping with final adjustments to the gown. Trimona is just glowing today. Could she be any brighter?
No! Val! What was that? What happened?
Fools! I am tired of empty warnings. Perhaps the blood of the Virgin will wash the wax from your deaf ears. Leave the realm once and for all, or suffer the fate of final damnation. So speaks the ultimate!
Val!
Yes, Dave. The ultimate is gone.
I know! Please get me the Drifter.
Already patched, Dave.
Drifter, drop everything else. This is serious. I need your help. The ultimate just came into...
I know what happened. What do you think I'm doing? Maybe if you spent less time playing with unicorns and more time doing your job, you'd have been able to prevent this. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm trying to save your hide. Drifter out.
Val, I can't. I'm sorry. Please figure out how the ultimate keeps hacking in here. I gotta go. Please do a tribute for Trimona.
Yes, Dave. Thank you for tuning into this transmission. For more information, might I recommend you log on to g4tv.com/portal. The following is a tribute for Trimona. Goodbye, and have a pleasant day.
And have you heard of the organization called Smut Love?
No, I never heard of it.
So how do you feel about Smut Love?
I don't really feel anything about that. What kind of off-the-wall question is that?
Have you actually ever seen a unicorn in lingerie?
You know, I got internet, so yes, I have.
You live in this little magical world all the time?
I go there quite often, yes.
A unicorn, okay, I'm gonna get into the unicorns. I have no feeling for unicorns. That has entered my thought path.
You might want to go with t-shirts, you know, put cowboy unicorns, you know, and have a guy with spurs and a big old unicorn. You might even want to have a unicorn male. Have a unicorn coming out of his head.